They're prepared right now. If they call right now and say, we want to meet, let's talk about this, we're prepared to do that. The president's made that clear from the very beginning. His preference is to deal with this issue diplomatically. But he also told them we had 60 days to make progress or something else was going to happen. And I think they thought they were dealing with a different kind of leader, like the kinds of leaders they've been playing games with for the last 30 or 40 years, and they found out that's not the case. So this mission was a very precise mission. It had 3 objectives, 3 nuclear sites. It was not an attack on Iran. It was not an attack on the Iranian people.
Like this guy.
This wasn't a regime change move. This was designed to degrade and or destroy 3 nuclear sites related to their nuclear weaponization ambitions, and that was delivered on yesterday. What happens next will now depend on what Iran chooses to do next. If they choose the path of diplomacy, we're ready. We can do a deal that's good for them, the Iranian people, and good for the world. If they choose another route, then there'll be consequences for that.
No. Hey, when a bully pantses you and then says, hey, you better be nice to me or there's more coming, does that make sense to you? Now, let's say that bully had bomber jets. An escalation of the pantsing. See, now I can say what I want because I think I'm being deprioritized right now, so I'm just going to go for Marco Rubio here is pretending to be a bully. He's not a bully. Look at him. He wishes he were a bully, but he's not. They don't know who they're messing with. You guys know they didn't even ask Congress before they did that. They just kind of did it. Now, Congress is definitely mostly in their pocket, so they probably could have asked them ahead of time anyways. They probably would have rolled over like they roll over on most other things, which makes it weird that they didn't ask. I don't understand that part. Did you guys know they can't even verify proof that the nuclear weapons are there? I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying they didn't give any evidence. They have not provided any when asked. Nothing. Just trust the president. Just trust him. You do not gain peace by bombing other people. That is not peace. That is power and pressure into submission. I think that's the whole problem. They call it peace, but it's really submission. That's what that is. I'm not saying the Iranian government's all that or anything. I'm just saying I don't like the gaslighting. I don't like the gaslighting at all. That's not peace. You're not negotiating for peace. You're negotiating for submission. I understand that the government's funded many of fun terrorist groups around the world and whatnot. No bueno, not cool, but you act like the U.S. doesn't do the same thing. So if you're going by that logic, then the U.S. should be held accountable with B-52s too, right? We have nuclear weapons. We indeed fund terrorist activities around the world. We fall right into that same category. The only difference is we have the resources to protect ourselves, and apparently Iran doesn't seem to, at least not directly, which is why this administration is feeling so comfortable being the bully to them. I've been hearing more as to like why you don't see China or Russia coming to Iran's aid. Apparently it gets kind of complicated politically. I know at least with China and the US, there are talks going on. There are a number of business arrangements between us where a world war between these two countries wouldn't be economically viable currently. Russia can't even handle the Ukraine, so you know they ain't coming over here. We got too many crazy people over here that will push them right back. They don't know what's coming. That's the only thing I gotta say about these MAGA people. They crazy. Marco Rubio, he's crazy. They don't know who they're messing with. As if he's the cool guy with all the strength. No, not you. I said it once and I'll say it again. Weak men should not have control over the most powerful military on this earth. They just shouldn't, because they don't know how to use it. All they think about is how to look powerful. So they don't care who is used up along the way. We have soldiers that they put in harm's way due to their decisions. Yes, that's part of their job, right? But there is such a sense of senselessness about it. These people who put their lives on the line should do so knowing that what they're putting their lives on the line for matters, that it's just and important. And then when you add the layers of, oh, Kamala's gonna put us in the war. You remember when Trump was running on that campaign and Tulsi was saying the same thing? And meanwhile, Trump's just doing the same thing, if not worse. And don't get it twisted. If Kamala were in there, she would probably just let Israel do what they're doing. I don't know if we'd be involved like how Trump's doing it. But the problem is Trump made it seem like he's gonna be this president that's not gonna involve this country in any wars or any kind of situations outside the states that we don't need to be involved in. And there he goes, putting us right in it. You know why that is? Because he was telling you Porky's. That's why. He was full of it, just like they all are. The difference is, he's very obvious about it. I don't know how those of you who voted for him don't understand that. Trump has been telling Porky's to people for a long time. Look up the word Porky's. I love it. I use it all the time. Anyways, I don't like Marco Rubio. Talking tough when he's not the tough guy in the room. They don't know who them. Okay, I'm done.